What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Shipped Across the Border. My name's Max. I'm here with Chris, and today we have on Father Farai.
I wasn't even going for a handshake. How
How do you say his last name? That's you've been practicing, Chris. Father Farai what?
Farai Zuvaradoka.
What the fuck?
It's like croutons in a soup.
Don't turn down any opportunity, whether it's a camp, a clinic, because you never know literally who's watching.
Make your own decision and stick with them and know they're the right decisions, right? And even if they aren't right, don't regret them.
He didn't know creatine existed.
So you got some creatine? He's like, oh yeah, lift heavyweight.
Shipped Across the Border. Shipped Across the Border.
Shipped across the border, man.
Welcome back to Shipped Across the Border. Is there a Zimbabwe accent?
I mean,
Is there a Zimbabwe language?
That's where I was going
yeah,
with that.
Shona.
Close Shona?
Yeah,
You know how to speak it.
a little bit.
Sam?
Right here. Man.
What do you call it?
We always, I don't know, every time we said it was always like, we're going to talk about basketball, but first we're going to talk about the most random shit on the planet.
Sam was
possible.
saying some language, and Mike was asking.
Nigerian, possibly?
That was racist as fuck.
That's
I
not
don't
racist.
think so.
He's from, where's he from?
Ghana?
He's from Ghana.
Is that in Nigeria?
So Ghanaian.
Ghanaian?
No, he said it was like try three or like some weird language.
Well, yeah, like-
no,
like-
that was also racist. Not a weird language, but a foreign language.
It's like, see, it's like you're from America. You speak
Well,
English.
Not
So,
American.
Like the name, yeah, like the name doesn't go. Like,
yeah, but like,
Bro,
if
you
I'm
said
from Spain,
yeah, we're cutting all this shit, bro. You can't be saying
if I'm from Spain and I speak
Nigerian.
Spanish.
yeah.
Yeah, but if,
That's not coming from a racist place. I genuinely thought he was from Nigeria.
because he's black.
No, because he's not from here.
Well, there's other.
Well, because
Countries
Ghana and
where
Nigeria are
black
right next to
people-
each other.
Like, it's not. It's not like.
Well,
It's not like
I don't think
Nigeria's.
they're right next to each other, but like they're close to each other.
It's not like Nigeria's.
You have no idea.
No, they're similar.
Bro, it's
We're
not,
cutting all this stuff.
No,
but-
we're not. And bro, it's not like Nigeria's in fucking Antarctica, and then the other one's in like the bottom of the earth. Like they're
actually-
close.
no, they're right next to each other. Like they compete for the same foods.
I don't know.
Okay, skip right. Moving on.
Bro, wait, hold on. This guy said they compete for the same foods, bro.
Yes.
He's allowed to say that.
But he's allowed to say that.
Listen, they
If
have-
you said that shit, though. that's
No,
fine.
no, because there's a specific dish that they compete about.
Well, now you gotta explain.
Now you gotta
that.
explain.
Well, I don't know too much about it. I just know my friend, he's Ghanaian. I'm saying his mom makes some really good jollof rice.
So they compete over rice.
Yeah.
But like, who has better, or like for the resources to make it?
Who has better?
Yeah, this is a
So
weird
I
start to the
personally-
This is
episode.
one of the weirdest starts.
We're gonna have to fix it in post. We'll fix it in post.
No, we're not fixing. We're leaving all of this in for everyone here. But something you said the other day in the car, not the other day, literally yesterday, we were going to CVS, right? And this is going to be kind of a two-part question, but we were going to CVS, and you were like talking to him about because he's like mentally fucked up or whatever. He's trying to like fight
What?
for a spot.
Bro
You're
just threw me under the bus for no reason.
Bro,
you
you-
never said that.
you have
Yeah, he's mentally fucked up and shit.
yes, every day after practice.
you.
No, listen, every day after practice, he comes in right, and he's like, "Man, I played like shit." Like he's going through all this shit. And he's
That's
just,
not true. That was literally just today.
bro, there's a lot of days.
There's-
But you working
I
so
don't like how you're starting this episode racist, throwing me under the bus and shit. Fuck you.
Can I finish my
The petition to get Chris kicked off the podcast. Fuck you.
Can I finish my question, please?
Sure, your made up scenario question. Sure, you
It's
could.
not made up. So we were just talking, right, about how you're both fighting for a spot. And you were saying to him, he's like, bro, you just got to wait for other people to get complacent, and then you can go in and steal their spot. But at the same time, you have to continue to work until you have that opportunity to steal their spot. And I want you to elaborate on that.
You could have brought that up in a completely different way without completely making up something to throw me under the bus.
Story.
I know, because like, people, it's like when you're working out, right? Like you got to work out for something, right? And like, if you already have it, you're not gonna go as hard as someone that doesn't have it. So like for me and Max, we are fighting to get on the court. So we're gonna go harder than someone that's already on the court. If you're getting 20, 25 minutes on the court, you might start, you know what I'm saying, get relaxed, might stop getting in the weight room, stop getting shots up. So you just gotta wait, like, for those people, like certain people are gonna stay in the gym once they get their spot. Other people, you know, they get their spot, stop getting shots up, stop getting in the gym, and then that's your time to take what I'm saying, you take over. Because, like, now I'm this far ahead of you. I just got to show it in practice.
Yeah, the two part of that question was going to be like, because they're kind of tied into each other, was when you're in workouts and you're dry heaving or whatever, doing sprints or whatever, and like you're trying to push yourself as hard as you can. I was like, what mental switches do you like flip to like pull yourself to keep going?
Well, I just, you know what I'm saying, I just keep thinking about the game. I just think about, like, all right, I'm always, you know what I'm saying, supporting my teammates, but, like, I also want to be out there to help them. Like, as much as, like, yeah, like, being on the bench and, like, practice, I help them a lot. But, like, I want to be on the court and, like, make an impact. I want to do something to impact the game. So you just got to keep thinking of that. Like, all right, the man next to me is playing. I'm not playing. So, like, that's the switch in your head is, like, I'm still not playing. I'm still not on the court.
You are quite possibly one of the most positive guys I've ever met in my entire life, and I kind of want to know why that is. Like,
Read the hat.
Like,
what is it? I just pray a lot?
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
I just pray a lot.
Is that...
But, like, I pray a lot, you know what I'm saying, read my Bible a lot. But also, it's like, I've been in a position, like my first year of college, I was in a position where, like, I didn't touch the court. Actually, I touched the court for 44.8 seconds.
This is the point.
I remember it. 44.8 seconds. It was a home game. And, like, after that, like, that whole year, I was probably the saddest I ever been. So, like, after that, it was just a situation where, like, I could have decided to be sad about it. Like
This is at the D2?
Yeah.
Oh.
I could have just continued to, like, keep my head down and just keep being sad about it. But then it was just, like, I flipped the switch and also talked to my man. He played at Syracuse, Caleb Joseph. Shout out him. I was talking to him, and he was just like, bro, like, you got to keep going. Like, you can't just let one situation stop you from, you know what I'm saying? If you really love playing basketball, just keep going. So it's just one of those, like, so now when I get into situations where, like, I can identify, like, all right, I've been there before. I've been in that situation before. And I don't want to react the same way. Because, like, back then, I reacted by just stopped working out, stopped going to the weight room. Like, I was just in my room.
You haven't always been this super positive dude who just, no?
Not at all.
So what were you before that?
But I was really, like, I wouldn't say depressed. That's not the right word. I was just like I almost gave up on hooping. It was just like, dude, I wasn't even getting practice reps.
You just sat on the sidelines? Because I've been there where it's
I
like you
was
don't
in
even want to be
practice.
in the drills.
I didn't even want to practice some days. I was in practice.
There were every day at last year. I didn't want to go to practice.
Like, I'm telling you, like, yo, there was practices where, like, I'd get on for, like, I wouldn't even go up and down. I'd just go up, and coach would be like, yeah, something up. And it's not like I was making a mistake. Like, it was just like,
Shitty body language?
no. Because this is like at the start. It was just like, all right, you're a walk-on. Because I was a walk-on. And, like, the dudes ahead of you in your position are on scholarship. My chances of getting in the game were slim to none. Like, he told me, like, they were slim to none. But he didn't tell me this before I got there. He told me when I got there. So now I'm in a situation where you just told me, like, chances slim to none, but, like, you told me I could earn my spot. So now I'm trying to earn my spot, and you're telling me to sub him off. But I'm the only person getting subbed off.
Were you the only walk on?
No, there was a bunch of us.
In the most respectful way possible, how badly did you get blown out or win in order to, like, get on the court? Because the way I'm thinking right now is, like, how badly would it have to be to, like, because I have a jersey, haven't touched the court yet. You have a jersey, played 1 out of 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
So if we get blown out, we'll play. But, like, how badly does it have to be for a guy like that's a practice player?
Because, like, last year, there was no scenario. One, I wouldn't even dress for the games, but there was literally probably between you, Joe,
James,
like, James got in
Amir.
for 12 seconds, got a goaltend that it counted as a block, and got subbed down. He slapped the backboard so hard in the layup that it, like, rattled the rim, and then the thing fell off. They didn't call it. Yeah, but between those couple of guys, myself included, there is no scenario last year. We could be down by 50 that we're not getting in the game.
Yeah. No, we were down, like, it wasn't that bad. It was like 20. But, like, it was like we got in, again, I got in for 44.8 seconds.
But you look up at the clock, you're like,
And
damn.
like I'm at the table, and I looked at it was a dead ball. I looked at the clock, and it said 44.8. It was me and my roommate. We were both walk-ons, and both got in at the same time. Only difference is he ended up, like later on in the season, someone got hurt, so he had to play, like, a lot. And, like, my roommate was tough. he's like he plays at Clark now. He's like that. So like that's when like it clicked. Like
Clark's a D3?
Yeah, but like that's where it clicked. Like yo, if you're not on scholarship, come on, man. Like it's like earning your spot. Like you really gotta earn your spot, and a lot of other things gotta go in your favor. But like, you know, we went down that much. It was like 20.
Do you get some buckets or no?
Huh?
You get some buckets or no?
They were up 20 points.
Okay.
We got the ball. My roommate got fouled. He went to the free throw line. I think he made one, missed one, or missed both. Something. But then they got the ball. They just dribbled the clock out.
So you had a track meet for
I touched the ball though,
Good.
and I defended. Like at the end, like, the clock is over. I tried to get a 10-second violation, but just walked it down.
That's another thing too. Is like I've noticed this about some guys. Some guys will get in and hang their head or do whatever. But when you got on, it was like you.
It's go time.
If you didn't know what the score was from an outsider, like if I was in the stands, I would have thought it was 0-0. Someone just checked the ball up.
What? It's go time. You get in the game for 2 minutes, it's go time.
100%. I agree 100%.
A lot of
You
people
gotta-
don't have that mentality,
You gotta
bro.
think about it. If I get in the game for 2 minutes, and 2 minutes, right? Like there's still another team on the other side, so I could prove something. Cause like it's not like we're in practice where like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know these guys. I don't know you. You're on the other team, and you're trying to do the same thing. Hopefully, but like if we're still competitive, and I go in there, and I show like all right, I can play with these guys. Then like you know maybe like all right, you know, like flip a switch and be like oh like maybe he could. And we'll throw him in right there real quick, and then you slowly start building up your minutes. But if I go in the game and I hang my head, number one, I'm not getting in the game again at the end of the game. Number two, like, not only for like coaches, that looks bad. Obviously, that looks bad to coaches, but like, also for myself, like for my own mental health, it's just like horrible. 'Cause then the bus ride home, my head's still gonna be down. It's awful.
You brought up the Bible, and I think you're quite a religious man, and I'm wondering, did you grow up in a Christian household? Where does that come from?
Very much so. And everybody in my family.
Like, is your dad a pastor?
Nah.
No, but he just instilled.
Like we all, since I was a kid, we've been going to church. But like, funny part is like, obviously I'm not proud of it, but like right now, like I haven't been to church in a while. Obviously, because I'm at school.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I feel like I'm closer with God now than before. A lot of it has to do with like the fact that like now I'm able to make my own choices. Like before, when I was younger, like it was like my parents like, yo, you're going to church.
Same.
You don't have a choice. So now it's like, when do I go? Like sometimes, you know, I have an AAU game. I'm like, yo, I'm not going. I have a basketball game. But like now it's like, I get to make my own choices. So now it's kind of like, all right, like I want to go to church. Like I want to read my Bible. It's different now.
I feel like it's important to like, especially with the religion aspect, like, and there's so much variation out there.
Yeah.
But I think it's so important to make your own relationship with whatever it is. Like if you're just praying, like obviously prayer is like powerful, but if you're just praying because someone, or like believe in God or whatever because someone tells you to, I feel like that's going to do a lot less for your life and your belief in general. And even like your positive mindset and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Than if you had your own like personal relationship that you can lean on in those moments. You feel me?
That's definitely like, that's what I tell like other people. Like when people like watch my TikToks, shameless plug, Farai on TikTok. But
I don't
like,
know. How many followers do you have? I'm going to tap in after.
like maybe like 200. Small TikTok.
I would like to say that you would have a significant amount more after this, but it might get you like 2 or 3.
Hey, that's more than I had yesterday. So we're back.
That's the mindset right there.
But like,
We've been stuck at a 3, 7, 7, 8 for a good fucking 5 months.
hey, we making trips. But like, I'd say to anybody like, you gotta like make your own relationship. Like you can't have somebody force you to make a relationship with God, because then it's just like you don't even want to do it for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like I have to do this. Like no one wants to do something they have to do.
You also can't force belief. Like if I put a $5 bill on this table, I tell you, if I'm going to shoot you in the face if you don't believe this is a dollar bill, you can't do that.
You can't force me to believe in it. And like I feel like you have to be like, I've been in situations where like God is showing me Himself. So it's like,
Talk about one of those.
Yeah.
If you can, if you feel comfortable.
no, I
Possibly
do.
particularly tailored towards basketball, because my next question was going to be how has faith affected and or helped in your basketball journey?
Okay, perfect. Like again, back to like my first year, right? Or like we go to like my first year of JUCO. right? Like I'm in a new situation. I don't know what's going on, and like I just went in there like a blank mind space, right? I just started new, and beginning of my season, like how I played was horrible, awful, and then like I started praying and like just reading my Bible more, and like basketball became like it felt like less of a burden. It wasn't like, oh my, like I gotta do this, I gotta do this. Like it wasn't like, it was just like, all right, you get to do this. You have to understand, like not everybody's blessed to do, like to even go to practice.
100%, 100%.
So like it was just like a lot of those things, like me praying and like understanding, like reading my Bible and understanding that, like it's a blessing that I get to do this. Now it's fun, and now me doing all that, going into practice, hitting shots, I'm having fun. Getting the game, it's the same thing. Like I'm just having fun. End up scoring, you know what I'm saying, 10, 15 points. You know what I'm saying? First year we traveled to New York. First game there against a ranked team. I had a great game. Like 20-something points. Like, and that's just off of like just reading my Bible and praying. Like I pray before the game, pray after the game, no matter the situation. Like, even if I didn't get in, just got to thank God for the opportunity that I even got to dress up, to even have a jersey on. So a lot of that, like, just keeps my mentals, it keeps me like relaxed and just keeps me positive.
I think I want to do something a little different here. So we have this segment where we have our previous guest write down a question after the episode to ask the next guest.
Okay.
And Addy wrote down a question that I think is perfect for this scenario and something I want to kind of build off of after. So ask Addy. Addy's question was, what are you grateful for? Am I right? That's what his question was? Yeah. So what are you grateful for? Because to preface, the thought process behind the question is like, before every practice, I write down like a bunch of things that I'm grateful for. That's part of my like standard routine in like my journaling book. I journal before and after. And I started doing that at the beginning of the trial process because I felt like I was just playing nervous. I felt I was very nervous. I had a lot of anxiety. I was like, as you know, because you were also in that trial process, and yours was a little more extended than mine was, so I can't even imagine how you were feeling. But that whole trial process, I can only speak from my experience, was extremely anxiety-inducing, right? As it is, even if no matter how prepared you are for a test, like obviously there's still gonna be some anxiety. And I saw this something which it's like, and it actually says in the Bible, it says, when you're anxious, be grateful, because like something about your brain can't process those two emotions at the same time. I don't know the science behind it, but there's something in the Bible that says that, and also something scientifically.
Yeah.
You can't, well, in a certain sense, you can't worry about what you don't have if you're appreciating what you currently
Yeah,
do have.
exactly, something like that. So I write that down. And one of the things you said before that I write down every day is like, whatever I'm grateful for, I'm thankful for like the position that I'm in and like the jersey, or if it's a game, like the opportunity to suit up today, because a lot of people don't have those opportunities. Like one of my best friends right now is playing for Canadian University of Canada, and he's tough, and he should be playing. He should be playing. Debating on the people who are like getting real minutes, like I think he's better than a lot of those guys, and he should be potentially starting. Like he's a real hooper, but he's not even dressing right now. And like he's my boy, and I know what he's been through. He tore his ACL, and it just came off of that and fought through that, and he really deserves that. And he's not getting the opportunity right now, and hopefully that'll change in the future. But I'm saying like not everybody gets those opportunities, so I'm grateful to be in the opportunity that I'm in, even if I haven't checked in yet through 4 games. Hopefully that changes in the near future. But I'm grateful to be in that position because there's how many dudes on the team who don't even suit up every game? There's like what, 6?
That's what I'm saying.
So talk a little about that. That was just a thought process behind
What I'm grateful
expediting
like,
that question.
Like, in the basketball world, or just
Everything.
in general?
Everything. You could give
Well,
one.
First
you
of
could give.
all, I'm just grateful for like the people I have around me, like the people that support me. You gotta think like when you're not playing, if you're going through that by yourself, horrible process.
100%.
Horrible. Like it's just you and your own thoughts. Like I have people that like, if I'm in a bad mood, understand that I'm in a bad mood and like know how to deal with me. Right? Like my mom, my girlfriend, my sister, my dad. Like they like actually help me keep a positive mindset about it. Because if it wasn't for them, I'd probably go crazy about everything. They're the ones that like, yo, like, or just, you know what I'm saying? Like, leave it to God. Leave it in God's hands. Like, I pray with my mom before every practice, before every game, no matter what. And it's like never like, oh my God, like put me in the game. It's always like, yo, let your will be done. Right? So it's just like, if I get the opportunity to play, let me go in the game and have fun and stay focused. If I don't, let me be the best teammate I can be. And like, so that's probably the biggest thing I'm grateful for. I think I'm grateful.
Fuck with the hobby. I said I fuck with that heavy. I think because as you were saying, like that kind of like resonates with me and Chris. Because last year, like obviously, like freshman year, like and like you said, your freshman year was similar. It's just like I wasn't playing, but I just it didn't enjoy going to like that. I don't know what aspect, if it was not playing or it was just like I don't know, but I just didn't enjoy practicing, and I just like maybe not like enjoy basketball. Like I didn't like I just was miserable because I wasn't enjoying. I was living by myself, but I was not enjoying for basketball, and I was not enjoying what I was doing. So I was just miserable. But I feel like what changed this year, but also so last year, I was a little bit more embarrassed that I wasn't playing. I felt more like, I don't know what the word is, but like kind of like ashamed.
My first year, that was.
Yeah, it's not like I just tried to hide it. Like I would try and avoid talking about basketball with people, especially like I had some friends who were also college freshmen that were playing, and I just tried to avoid, and I wouldn't really tell certain people about my situation.
Your friends back home ask you how basketball's going, and you trying to like cultivate an answer like, and like you know how many times in my first year I thought of just like lying and be like, yeah, I got hurt. And I was like, yo, if I do that, God might actually, you know what I'm saying, put me in a position where I get hurt. And then I don't want that to happen. Yeah. So I was like, yo, I'm not going to lie. But, like, you know how many times, like, I just thought about, like, yo.
Exactly. That's
asking me about basketball. Oh, yo, let's talk about something else. Bro.
Exactly. I agree. But the thing that I think, because right now, like, I'm enjoying practice a lot more. Like, I wake up and I'm excited to. I'm going, like, an hour early to practice to put in work before practice. And I'm doing stuff after practice. And I'm enjoying the process a lot more. And I've never, like, it was never like, oh, I'm not enjoying this, so I'm going to kind of get away from my work. But now I'm enjoying the process a lot more, and I'm enjoying practice, and I'm looking forward to it more. But I think one of those big things I was trying to get, like, what I was getting at before is, like, that kind of helped me make that switch was letting people in on my situation and not being embarrassed. Like, my girlfriend's family, and my family watch every single game.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, but I'm open and honest. Like, they know I'm probably, like, in a close game, I'm probably not going to get in.
Bro, I post on my Instagram every day. We have a game day.
Exactly,
game day. I post it on my Instagram. I know I'm not playing.
Exactly. But, like, I'm way more now.
Well, like, I'm not predicting myself not going to the game, but, like the way my situation's been, I haven't gotten the game. But I still post it. Like, my friends back home still watch the games.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, Farai, why didn't you play? It just wasn't my time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's so
Pretty
important.
Good answer, I'm not gonna lie.
It's so important. When someone asks me how's basketball going, I always say steady climbing. That's my go-to. It's my standard answer now. Because at the end of the day, that's what I'm doing. I'm working towards something every day.
It also kills any other questions. Steady climbing. Steady climbing.
Steady climbing. But like I'm open, and it's not that I wasn't being open and honest about my situation before. I was just a little bit embarrassed and kind of like not really like confronting to my like
the reality of the situation.
To people on the outside, like my friends. If they would ask me, I wouldn't like lie to them ever, but I just like wouldn't really go in depth about my situation. But I feel like explaining that to people kind of takes that burden off of you, if that makes sense. And now like, I talk to my family, and I don't have to like. I also feel less embarrassed knowing that my parents, my girlfriend's family, all my friends like are way more. Not that they wouldn't be accepting of me, but it just that's the worst case scenario of like, yo, what if they are judging me and think I'm not good enough or whatever. But now that's the reality, and I told them and they don't think that, and we're here today. Like, that takes that anxiety completely away, and now you can just focus on that one goal.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's like, you also have to understand, basketball is not everything.
Nobody gives a fuck. Chris always tells me this shit. Like, nobody gives a fuck. Actually, nobody gives a fuck.
That's something I really had to realize was like, even if you do tell me, all right, Friday, you're not playing. Okay. 99.9% of the time, I don't even care about your opinion. Like, you got to have, like, a circle of people's opinions that you actually care about. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is just noise. Like, going back to the grateful question, I'm also grateful for my teammates. Because, like, the difference between my first year and this year is, like, my first year, I had a couple teammates that, like, understood I wasn't playing and would still be like, yo, Fry, let's get in the gym. Like, let's work. So, like, I go every day before practice or before a game, and I'm guarding TC. He had, like, 160 possessions where I just guarded him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he plays. So it's like he's
our best player.
He could have. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, he easily could have said, bro, like, I'm not doing that. Like, you don't play.
Honestly, he's one of the most down-to-earth guys I've ever met in my life.
Like, he's real. Yeah. Like, Tay, like, Aaron was talking to me today, like, yo, bro, like, stay ready. Like, you're going to get a chance to go in the 100%. Game. He was like, yo, but, like, when you get that chance, like, you got to go prove yourself. Because, like, if you go in the game and, you know what I'm saying, doing a bunch of nonsense and bull jive, you're going to get taken out of the game. And nobody else is, like, why would I feel bad for you getting taken out the game? You didn't do anything. So, like, just having a lot of teammates, like, I don't even have to tell you, like, yo, bro, like, I'm saying I'm not even playing. Like, you understand I'm not playing, but, like, you're still there to, like, pick me up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Tay, Neil,
For sure.
all of them. Like, yo, like, Mike, yo, let's get in the gym. Like, everybody's just like, yo, like let's work out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your time's coming.
There's a lot of good quality people in this environment.
That
I
is
feel
very
like.
true.
I feel like I'm Madai, and you can also like vouch for this. I feel like not calling anybody out, but I feel like there's a lot of like if you don't play, like you're kind of like viewed as less. If that makes sense, like by the team, it's like you're shitty. Like you know, what I mean? There's a lot of like you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of like, oh, shut up, you're shitty. You know what I mean? No, but like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like if I said something,
but here's the thing though. It wasn't like the whole team. It was a small vocal minority of a few guys who made the locker room sort of feel like that.
it was like you're shitty, shut up.
Yeah,
like you know,
But
what I
it
mean?
wasn't like it wasn't everybody though.
No, it
There
wasn't.
was a
It
few
definitely
guys-
wasn't. But there was a lot less people who were compassionate for people that weren't playing and instilling positivity and what, like for example, you said like Aaron was doing. Like there was not really a lot of that. It was more of like.
Bro, think about it.
There was a bit though.
But there was also a lot of like that. Like let's just say we're having a conversation about something else, and it'll be like, "Yo, shut the fuck up. You're shitty. You don't even play." Like, what the fuck does that have to do with fucking?
You know what I'm saying?
Like that's just and
or
like
you're just trying to be an a-hole.
now you're just being a fucking dickhead.
But yeah,
But like even like
But there's a lot of in this environment. There's a lot of positivity.
we're in a close game, and like I'm calling people out like, yo, bro, do this, and they're listening to me.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
they
100.
value
Mike,
my
bro,
opinion.
last year there's no way in fuck that would have flown.
exactly. If I went to go tell
Our
something
best
If you would have told
like Dante something, he'd be like, "Yo, shut
or
the fuck
Demo
up." Yeah.
anyone, there's no way in fuck that.
But like for
would've-
example, Mike comes like I talk to Mike a lot about stuff before the game, whatever. If I see like his head, he's upset about something, whatever. Like he comes and comes and sits next to me. I don't know if it's like on purpose or just an open seat, but like I'm talking to him like, yo, and he like listens to me, nah, you're right, whatever. And it's not like shut the fuck up, you haven't even checked in yet. It's like,
bro.
yo, he's watching the game. We have a mutual respect for each other as men, and he's keeping a buck with me, and I appreciate that. Doesn't regardless of his status in the rotation or not.
Yo, last game, I'm telling TC, our best player, like, yo, you gotta show for 40 minutes.
Yeah. I tell
Like,
TC
yo,
the same, like a bunch
yo,
of
TC, I'm like, TC,
before every game.
You left 6 points on the board. Like, yo, against another team, like, that's gonna be crucial 6 points. And he's listening, like, he's like, yeah. Like, he's listening to me. And, like, he values my opinion. So I feel like having teammates like that, like, is real. Like, even Tay, like, I'm gonna Tay, shoot the ball. Like, yo, they're leaving you open. I understand what you're trying to do, but, like, shoot it. And he goes in and he shoots it. Like, yo, having teammates like that, it's like, all right, like, I bring more to the table than just going on the court.
that's fact.
But let me say something before you before you progress.
Yeah, shut up.
It just it makes me want
You're shitty.
it makes me want to fight for that spot even more. You know what I mean? Like last year, I feel like okay, I'm not playing, but it's like, bro, fuck it. Like not in the sense of like I don't
They
care
don't
about
even want
basketball
you to
anymore,
play.
but it's like
was
it's just
definitely
the
more
environment was so
crabs in a bucket.
exactly. It was like crabs in a fucking bucket trying to crawl out. And I was just like, I just felt, and maybe that's to do with me and my mindset, but at the end of the day, I just feel a lot more like I'm a person that excels with positivity and not negativity, and so I feel like I'm a lot more likely to put in work. I mean, I'm always gonna put in work, but I feel like I'm gonna feel better about it if I'm in a more positive environment. Like, yeah, like I want to get in the court, I want to play with these guys, as opposed to like, you know what I mean? As opposed to the alternative of like I want to get in the court to like take somebody's spot. You know what I
Last
mean?
year, it definitely felt more like someone else has to lose in order for me to win. Whereas this year, it's like if you got in for him, you were going on the bench, Max would be like, fucking right, it's your time for all. Like, it would be like, if you saw him going in,
Yeah,
It's
exactly,
Like,
yeah.
If I saw Max going in, I'm like, yo, Max, oh, you better go 3 for 3.
Yeah.
Like, go
last
do
year
your
it definitely
thing.
wasn't like that.
Last year it wouldn't be like that.
Like,
Last year
you're
there would be
saying-
other people who I would be put in instead of.
They might dap you up, but actively in their head, they're like, man, I should be playing instead of this fucking
Exactly,
guy.
exactly.
Like, obviously, in the back of your head, like, you want to play, but, like, bro, if I see, like, one of my dudes that, like, I'm cool with, and, like, yo, bro, I want to see you win, too. Like, we're in the same position.
100%.
So, like, if you win, yo, that's just me knowing like, I have a chance. So, like, seeing you win and, like, you go on the court, you go 3 for 3, and now you're playing 5-10 minutes. Well, all right, Farai, now you know you have a chance. Like, if Max goes in 2 minutes and comes back out, all right, Farai, yeah, bro, might be looking slow for you. But, like, bro, I'm going to support you so you can, like, yo, prove, like, all right, bro, like, yo, these guys can also go in and make an impact.
But looping back to what you said before with the nobody gives a fuck thing, I said the same thing to you before, and then I'm going to move on to another question. But Queen Elizabeth, she's been dead for well over a year now, I think, probably over 2 years. And until I brought her up in this conversation, you haven't thought about her one time. She has accomplished more in her life and will be more well known than everybody you know, everyone in this circle and whatever, and you haven't thought about her until right now. So even if you achieve the things that you want to achieve, no one is going to give a fuck. If you don't achieve things you don't want to achieve, they're not going to give a fuck. That's the level of fuckery.
But that's like
people
a
get.
mental thing. It's like, if I, like, previously, now I don't think like that anymore, but previously I would be like, my friends would think of me as less if I didn't play, or if I'm not playing. My friends, if they knew, I want to say, like, if they knew the truth, not that I was hiding the truth or actively lying, but I would just avoid talking about stuff that I was uncomfortable with people that I would value their opinions. But at the end of the day, like, kind of lost my train of thought. But I'm saying they don't really give a fuck. Like, if I don't play, now I know that my best friend's like, all right, let's hop on Fortnite. Or like,
I mean, like,
let's talk about something fucking
their
relevant.
idea of
Like,
basketball
is so minuscule.
not even that. Like, if someone really cares about you not playing,
Then that's not somebody whose opinion you
they
care
got
about.
nothing going on for themselves.
That's
just
yeah.
bored.
That's
That's just
something.
boredom.
That's not
I-
someone whose opinion you care about, right?
But moving on to the next question. I kind of want to know, what are some things that you struggled with as a basketball player and how you overcame them?
that I struggled with. I feel like an active struggle right now. Like, not even right now, but like over the course of my life playing basketball, it's been like my confidence.
Okay.
Like, playing
That's a
with
very
confidence.
common one.
Like,
The most common one,
you know what
probably.
I'm saying? Like, I feel like I put in a good amount of work.
Put a lot of. There's often times where me and Farai are the only people in the gym on either half of the court.
Being in the gym at 8 a.m.
Relatively often.
Like, and it's like I feel like I put in a good amount of work, but I don't use the work that I put in, like in practice. Right? Like, I'll work on my handles, and in practice I'm passing the ball instead of bringing it up the court. Like, what's the point of you going to the gym at 8 a.m. if you're not going to use it? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like my confidence, something that I struggled with. I used to struggle with like my height, obviously.
Okay.
Mighty Mouse. You know what I'm saying?
And how did you, like, what was something that you did to overcome that? Because now, obviously, like, I mean, there's, like, little things, like bumping big guys and extending, but, like, outside of that.
No, like, it had nothing to do with basketball.
Oh,
Like,
it was a mentality thing.
Yeah, it was more just like, number one, you got to accept it. Like, all right, what am I going to do, stretch?
I mean, realistically, if you really, 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 really wanted to, you can break your shins.
Yeah,
and
I'm not going
extend
to do
them.
that.
You can get
That shit didn't work for me.
That's painful.
I didn't do it on purpose, but
He broke his shins in a game.
Well, I'll tell you now.
but I was the same height before.
No, he didn't, like, yeah. Fuck it.
And it also wasn't on purpose.
You got no chance.
Yeah, but you can go get a surgery and break your shins and they
Yeah,
can
but I'm not
extend
doing
your-
that,
It
bro.
might be your femur. I don't know,
No,
but you can break a bone in your
I
body.
went to the trainer because I jammed my finger. I'm not breaking my shit. I'm not breaking. I'm not doing that. Like, I just had to accept the fact that, all right, this is your height, and then you go watch basketball players that are like close to your height. They were in the league,
Right.
making it happen. Like, it's not like you just in the league on the bench. They were in the league making it happen.
If you look at the all-time leading scorer at every single school, I guarantee you they're below 6 foot. Every single one.
Sure about that
Okay,
one?
Dude,
I
every
don't know about that.
almost
At UNC,
a good portion of schools, especially D3s, their all-time leading scorers
You
are
could vouch for
all
here,
small
'cause there's
guards.
a little Mexican
He is.
dude who's like 5'7".
He's the leading scorer at the school all the time.
Like 25 points per game. You know him?
In 2004 through
Bro,
like
he's the
8 or
leading
whatever
scorer. I
of
think he
all
scored,
time.
like fucking 2,000
Dude,
points
it's
this year.
always a little
Bro,
guard. It's
he
always a
is
little guard.
Bro, this little guy, he was
you gotta think
disgusting.
about
You
it.
think about all those guys who like the leading scorers in like NCAA, like Max Abesmith, like all they're all
Bro,
little
I
guards.
Last year I was just watching Marquise Noel.
Marquise Noel,
Noel's tough.
Marcus
Oh.
Carr. You know Marcus Carr is? He's Canadian.
He was getting
His car, that's not-
busy,
He's at Texas.
dude.
Bro, yeah.
Marquise Noel was getting busy,
He's the shortest player in the league right now.
and he's
Shout out to the Raptors.
yeah, he's tiny.
5'8".
Like, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? So like, just like accepting the fact that, like, all right, you're not gonna grow, but like you can do things outside of your height to affect like yourself on the court. I can be effective. If I get in the weight room, I get stronger. My height might not be a factor because if I bump you out the way, you're no longer 6'5" to me. You're
Shout
all
out
the-
Stephon.
You're all the way out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I hit you with my shoulder in the chest, well, number one, you might block me, but you're not gonna like getting hit in the chest all game. You're gonna move. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I get in the gym, I work on my legs. I'm faster than you. Now I'm getting by you. Now your height doesn't even matter to me because now it's just me in the basket. And I'm jumping higher, so my hands at the glass. So I just put off the glass, it's a bucket. So I just understand I'm like, all right, you're not gonna grow, but like you can do things that like can like make up for that.
What are some stuff that you're doing to like? So I see you in the gym, same times I'm in the gym, for the most part. It seems like recently, and like, what are some stuff that you're doing to help you stay ready for when an opportunity comes, or I guess battle the disadvantages that you just spoke about?
definitely working on my handles. When you get in the game, you can't turn over the rock. So just working on my handles.
Definitely not on this team.
Yeah, you feel me? So like, especially when you're not getting a chance, you go in the game, you turn it over twice. Even if you get the chance to turn it over twice, you're lucky. But if you turn it over once you get in the game, you're going to the bench and you deserve to be on the bench. Like you just weren't ready for the moment. Yeah. So working on my handles, like you know what I'm saying, being able to dribble against pressure, just getting shots up. You gotta be able to knock down shots, especially when you're short. Like you gotta be able to shoot the ball because you know what I'm saying, those layups. Unless you pump fake it 8 times. I mean, I got double blocked my first possession. So
in Alberta's? Or not Alberta's, Complacent.
Complacent.
I do remember that.
I remember got blocked.
I pump fake twice instead of 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
One person blocked it, and the next person blocked it out of bounds. It was just a bad moment. But like, you know what I'm saying? So just working on like, you know what I'm saying, getting shots at mid-range, 3-pointers.
I'm 10%.
Damn, bro.
For timeout, you did podcast. We're good.
For no reason.
We're back. We shipped across the border still. We're good.
The question you asked was...
Continuing with that was, what are some things... What?
The shipped across the border is crazy because I'm African. Anyway, continue.
What are some things that most kids just don't understand about college basketball?
Like I said, it's not a game. Like, this is like people's livelihood. Like, I mean, obviously some coaches like have like side jobs. But, like, a lot of coaches, this is their job. Like, they win games, they get paid. You lose games,
Get fired.
you get fired. So, like, if you come in here thinking, like, it's a game, it's, like, it's high school, like, I got to play, it's not the case. Like, you're mistaken. Because, like, yo, I need to feed my family. Like, as a coach, I need to feed my family. And, like, the same applies for a lot of guys, like, right? Like, a lot of players, like, people want to take this past like playing in college. Like some people want to go pro. So it's like a situation where like, oh, I'm not playing around with basketball. Like, this is serious. This is like a business to me. Like, this is the way like I'm putting food on the table. Whether you're playing in the league, overseas, or like, you know what I'm saying, Division 1, Division 3. Like I know some D3 guys that, you know what I'm saying, in the G League. Like, bro, like, this is their livelihood. So like, you know what I'm saying? That's probably one thing that you got to understand. It's like, it's not...
I've said this before, too, where, like, most kids can't comprehend, at least from where I was from, almost all of them cannot comprehend the level of intensity that comes in practice when you have guys who are actively on the they might be 23 with a kid, and they're in college practice now.
Like,
you got the coach who's got to, like, he needs to win games or he's going to get fired. You have all these people who have pressure on themselves to perform. The level of intensity that creates and the environment that creates, I've never seen anything like it in the rest of my life.
Just messing around, trying to like sabotage everything.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Like,
You're gone. See ya.
Say goodbye.
Yeah.
Like, bro, we're not doing that. Because this is how I feed people. Like, there's people depending on me to perform here. And if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, and like, you gotta think, like, another thing they gotta understand is basketball opens a lot of doors. Like, if we're serious, like, bro.
Chris is here because of basketball and he doesn't even play anymore.
Basketball opens a lot of doors. Like, yo, you can get connected with people that don't even hoop. And, like, you end up doing something that you never thought you would be able to do and you love. That has nothing to do with hooping.
Exhibit A.
But just because you shout out Shipped Across the Border. But, like...
Shouting out the podcast on the podcast, that's a first.
Shout out to you guys. But, like, yo, think about it. Like, yo, there's a lot of people you can meet and things you could do because of the game of basketball. I wouldn't be on a podcast right now if it wasn't for basketball. This has nothing to do with basketball. Just chilling. So, you know,
Other than the last question, I got nothing else. Unless you want to ask him like one regret, which is something we could bring back full circle.
I don't know. I feel like we had a lot of stuff going. I think...
One regret is a good one.
One regret?
That's
Well,
one
before we
point.
get into that last stuff, it's just like, do you have any like habits that you do to like stay positive, maybe other than praying? Like I said before, like I do a lot of journaling and stuff like that. Maybe you could just be talking to your people.
Stay positive. I try and keep a smile. Keep a smile. And you guys just talk to people outside of basketball. Like, if I... Like,
It's important.
I love my
told me this.
teammates.
You even told me this one time. It was like, it's important to step away.
Yeah, like, you got to step away from... Like, you got to separate the game and, like, life, right? I love my teammates. I hang out with them all the time. But, like, you also have to have people that are outside of the game that you can talk to about
Other
anything
shit.
else. I don't play video games. I got a lot of friends that play video games. I talk to them about video games. Like, yo, why don't y'all ever tell me to hop on the game? They're like, yo, Farai, you suck. I'd be like, fair enough. But I'm just talking to you about anything but basketball. So, like, it takes my mind away from the game. And I also just, you know what I'm saying, like, just to relax. Like, I get to laugh and just enjoy life.
You get to talk to people who, like, because when you're on the court and you're only talking to your teammates, your self-worth and how you see yourself in, like, a social hierarchy is very much wrapped up in basketball. It's like, okay, TC's the guy, all of this shit. It's like when you talk to someone outside of basketball, they have no comprehension of any of that. Like, none of that is wrapped up.
I feel like that's not as much on this team, though, because I feel like...
Maybe. I wouldn't know.
I feel like there's, like, if you went out... Like, when we go out bowling and stuff like that, there's not a lot of basketball being talked about. There's not a lot of, like...
I'm kicking it behind.
Yo,
Bowling?
What happened last time?
He had one good game. He had one good game. My bad.
My good game is like Kobe's 81, dude.
It was like Kobe's 81, and then it was like Shaq's free throw line.
You mean, no, it was more like fucking Brandon Jennings dropping 50 in his rookie game and then being shit for the rest of his career.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know.
Jennings kind of tough, though.
He's very tough.
Bowling a 150?
50-point game.
Like my third time ever bowling.
I don't know what that means.
Good.
What 150 means?
Good.
Put it in basketball terms.
50.
It's like
Points?
It's like having 40.
Whoa, no. So you're saying the difficulty level of getting 150 is equivalent to scoring 50 in a basketball game?
No.
Max's difficulty of getting 150 is equivalent to scoring 50 in a basketball.
Yeah.
What?
Bro, Max is bad at bowling. Like, yo, he's bad. Awful. And he bowled a 150 and I was so mad.
Last year, me and you were in the back. We were
so bad, bro.
Bad at bowling.
That was the first time I bowled in like 8 years.
We both rolled like I think we had 60s.
I crossed the first time I was dog shit. Second one I crossed 100.
Max had like 20
I had like I had like a 45 or 50.
On the seventh frame, he had like 20. And then he switched sides.
Gutter ball.
No. That was the day before. The first day I had a 101. I had like 6 spares, and then I had like a few strikes and maybe a few spares and 1 strike, and then the last game, like we do like the 7 of us that go, so it's like 4 and 3, and it's like the top 4 go on one side, the bottom 3. So I won my side.
You know where I stay.
I won my side, so then I went over to I was top 4, and I rolled 6 strikes.
Winner circle right here.
Shit was fucking.
He beat all of you?
Yes, it was ridiculous.
Were you?
Well, no, I whooped ass. No.
I had the game before he came over, I probably had I won. I came in first. I had
130 something.
130, right?
That sounds very decent.
Yo,
especially
if
150 is like
I'm
scoring
like, yo,
40.
I'm lit. I'm like, yeah, ain't nobody could touch
The
me.
best you can get is 300.
I'm like, yo, nobody could.
But
touch
there's because there's a multiplier of
at
every
the end, you
strike.
can just keep going, right? Like if you get infinite strikes, isn't
Not
the,
infinite strikes, but there's a
I
you
think
get
they put a limit. I think you get
300 is the limit?
that's a perfect game.
I don't know.
That's
I think so.
300 is a perfect game.
But I had a 130. He had a 101. I'm like, yeah, nobody could touch me. I'm about to just do the same thing. My first go, I rolled a strike. I'm like, yeah, it's go time.
My
Max
first 3
came
rolls,
out-
I rolled a strike.
Came out and had 6 strikes in one game, and I was like, bro,
My first 3 rolls.
never done this before in your life.
I got like 2 strikes.
Probably won't ever
Nah,
again.
I figured that shit out. I figured it out.
No, you didn't. You said that last year, bro. You came out and rolled the exact same shit as me.
Lying.
No, bro. The first time I rolled like a 50. The second time I got it I cracked 100, which is not. There's
Emma die?
Yes. The second time I cracked
Fuck,
100.
no, you didn't,
I had like 100.
Me and you were stuck with the shitters for the
Bro,
entire
I cracked
time.
100. I promise you I cracked
Yo,
100.
Max
I don't
and
think
the
you
gutter have a special relationship.
Now, Jaden and the gutter have a special relationship.
Jaden's butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, we had our coach last
He
year.
also hurt his ankle though, so he was like playing on one leg.
Our coach last year, our coach's favorite teammate, Quan, and then like the other 2 coaches, they had like a battle going on, active battle. And
You
they
have to edit that out. Coach might be pissed about that.
What?
Coach's favorite
Favorite player.
teammate.
He definitely was his favorite player. But like they had a bowling, like they went at it, dude. They could bowl.
Pause.
They could bowl. But moving away from bowling.
I think like 150 is higher than they both got. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Moving away from bowling, do you want to go one regret or one piece of advice? Because usually
Both.
they manage, but they always manage to intertie. It's always usually the same thing.
Piece of advice.
What's one piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
My younger self, yo, be serious. Like, get in the gym, get in the weight room.
When did you start getting in the weight room? Seriously.
My freshman year of college. Like, I just think about it.
Same, bro.
Like, I think about it like, yo, if I was in the weight room from like let me be realistic, like
Sophomore year.
like sophomore year of high school, maybe freshman year. Cause like, yeah, think about it, like the football team's in the weight room freshman year of high school. I started getting in the weight room Like, I'm not saying I'd be at the UNC. Like, if I'm in the gym and in the weight room, I'm at a significant advantage.
Yeah.
Especially, like, playing, like, public school basketball. We don't have, like, strength and conditioning programs. We don't have strength and conditioning coaches. Like, I got lucky that both of my coaches hooped. And, like, yo, that was, like, you know what I'm saying? They love basketball. So they were just giving knowledge. But, like, public school basketball, like, you might not have a coach. You might not get lucky with a coach that, like, knows the game, or, like, loves the game. So, like, if I was just in the gym, like, I'd tell myself to get in the gym more and just, lift. I'd probably be significantly better than I am now.
I will say, gaining fucking 15, 20 pounds by the time I hit college, like as a freshman, and that was basically after I'd already been done with basketball, that changes the way you play the game a lot. Like, if I was going on the court and I was like, damn, this is weird. You start moving a lot more fucking weight around, get spots you couldn't get before, and, like, changes the game a lot.
Getting by people. Like,
yeah. Sliding on defense, getting hit here, it's just like,
yeah,
oh shit, I'm still here. Like, I'm sitting.
Just hit me in the chest. Word. All right.
Now what?
I'm still here. Like, yo. But, like, before that, like, I don't know. That's about it. I feel like in high school, that's another thing. In high school, I probably could have had a better high school career if I was in the weight room more.
But, like, actually in the weight room too, though. Like, not like
No, like,
not
seriously.
bullshitting. Because, like, a lot of people be doing that. There's kids in the weight room right now who really aren't in the
Like,
weight room.
like, you got to get in the weight room and actually know what you're doing. And, like, if you don't know what you're doing, you got
Shout out Jonas.
You got to ask somebody.
He's slowly learning how to know. He's slowly learning what to do because you're teaching him. But I think there's a lot of people who are.
Like,
if you're in the gym and you don't go in with a plan of what you want to do,
That's
you're
what
not
I'm
in the fucking gym.
Like, you got to do, like, if you're serious about it, you got to do research.
I gotta say too, if you go in the gym and there's no clear path for growth, then you're probably doing something wrong. If there's no path,
Or I think it's more simply if there's no intention.
yeah,
Like if I'm going to the gym and what are you working on?
I'm just
and
trying to do my shit today. I'm trying to get some shots up. That's the classic one. I'm just trying to work on my game.
Yeah, like then you're not.
What does that mean?
That's not getting you better.
What does that mean? Like, I always ask this. I say this to the two kids that I train this summer. Is like, they're like, because a lot of kids fucking do this, and we were like going way away from the original question, but like, when I say, so what do you want to get better at right now? And they're like, well, I want to get stronger. Okay, what the fuck does that mean? What is the difference between right where you are right now and getting stronger? It's like, have you measured how strong you are right now? No. What does stronger look like? I have no idea. It's like, if I ask you what your goal is, it's like, okay, I can bench 135 right now. By the end of the summer, I want to be able to bench 155. That's a fucking goal. That's attainable. You can do that if you stay in the gym and work. But if there's no
now it's
clear
your goal.
path,
Do you have a plan of how often you're lifting? Do you have, what are you going to do? How often are you going to bench?
Are you progressively overloading? How often are you PRing? It's like there's little intricacies that you have to know, but you won't know any of those if you don't have a goal in mind every time you step in the weight room.
Or do research or have an intention.
Bump all that. You got to be disciplined too.
He said, "Fuck off."
Like, bump all the intentions and all that. Like, if you got intention but you not even in the weight room, like,
well, you could go to the gym every day and be disciplined, but do
like
fucking bullshit.
But no, I know.
I think it's a combination
What I'm
of both.
saying is like you got to be in that position. Be like, all right. Like, sometimes you got to go to the gym and not do anything, but like just because it's part of your routine that you're gonna be in the gym, like you're good. Just like keep it in your brain that like, all right, let's say you lift every day, right? I do this every day. Now, if I go to the weight room one day, I'm not even lifting. I just go to the weight room, I'm there, and I leave. And my brain is like, all right, you're going to the weight room today. Like, at some point in your day, you go to the weight room. It just becomes second nature. Like certain times, just to build that discipline, you just gotta go. Even if you're not doing anything, just go. Even on game days, I'll just go to the weight room. No, I'll walk out the weight room. You know what I'm saying? I'll look around, all right, cool. Just to, you know what I'm saying, train my mind to be like, all right, you're getting in the weight room. I feel like that's probably the biggest one, is being disciplined. Even on the court, you gotta get in the gym.
Lift weights, get in the gym. Shout out Father Farai.
Yeah, I think that's all I got today.
Episode 50. Shout out Stefan.
5-0?
Say what?
I got episode 50.
You might be. I'm not gonna lie. We stopped counting episodes, and I'm guessing. I think this might be episode 50.
I feel like Jason Tatum.
But shout out Stefan. 1-0.
Oh, that's crazy. Stephon 1-0.